Okie dokie, let's get on with it. And what are we gonna do?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Okay, I'm not gonna say the line. Right. Okie dokie. What else was going on here? Oh, a thing. Tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see through them.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Do you know what's behind that door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
They masculine. I don't know what that was about. Tell southwest across the canal, start again there. Let's go do that. Prove your authority. Talk to Titus. Okay, I don't know how to do that. Oh, it really doesn't like going down here. Okay, we'll just think. Okay. So I do need to find money. We could do that later, surely. Oh, I've got a level up. Do I just want to put it into another thinky think thing? Where's that? Think so. And then we'll think about... No, what do you want to do? The communism one. I don't know what this was all about. 15th Indo tribe. You honestly can't remember. Let's think about it. Oh yeah, he didn't like me running everywhere. He knew that I ran everywhere. Jack, got anything to say? Right, let's go and try and find Morel. I feel a strange compulsion to try and find Morel.
Was that? Could it be?
Oh!
The Calder Mama Dakwa?
I think it might have been.
No, it's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear.
Is it? Is there a ringing?
There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear.
Oh, let's listen to it.
There it is again. You're about to rediscover a long-lost species.
Oh, yes!
It must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it will come toward you.
You're going to be a mosquito hitting us in the face.
What are you doing? You're a police officer, not a pansy ornithologist. The only birds you should be looking for are healthy women of childbearing age.
No.
Hey, Kim, do you hear it?
Called Mama Dakwa. And neither do you.
Yeah. We're starting to rain.
Of course he doesn't. He's deaf.
Okay, let's move our head towards the sound.
The sound.
Oh.
It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it.
We got to go after it, Kim.
No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the
No,
streets.
come back, please.
Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again.
I could have thought about that instead of this thing. Maybe we'll think about it afterwards. I don't want to stop thinking. Okay, south... Oops. I'm clicking too many things. Southwest across the canal. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. Maybe I'll go and check those footprints. An ancient fountain, it doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. We need to find a map. I can't believe we haven't found a map. Oh. What were you thinking about there? Oh. There it is. No, sewer gate, a gateway to the river of filth.
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Alright.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand, buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving.
Alright, let's try and look through it. Oh no!
All you can come up with are some treated
My morale.
movements. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist.
No, it's got...
No luck? Why not take another look, officer? Keep supporting the economy.
Nah, that's alright. A helpline to the company that controls Drawbridge. Drawbridge. Sis. Fire rises up from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. The music's spoiled. Very loud. Okay. How do I get it? Oh, what's this? Oh, there's a person. Roy's pawn shop, fast cash for faster times. We haven't seen any of this. Waterlock out for order until Wednesday, 7:15 AM. Alright, that might be, Barry, can you hear me, buddy? This is outrageous. Oh.
Good morning to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand,
Excuse me.
this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
First things first, what are you doing here, man on the waterlock?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
The man on the waterlock picks the skin off a slice of salami and takes a sizable bite. What caused this wreckage?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershaw.
The words "daredevil driver" sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
You know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
Thinks for a moment.
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some of that salami?
Sure thing.
Cuts off a slice of salami.
Want some too, officer?
Turns to the lieutenant.
Why not?
The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. Right, bye. Does that mean we've got some salami now? Have we already eaten this? So how are we going to get across here then? Do I just have to... I can't do this thing until Wednesday, is that what it's telling me? Yeah.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Win her back.
Yes, buy something nice. A figurine.
Don't have any money.
This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
Spent the nights on horseback.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Who are they?
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago.
Spent the blue
They're not
uniforms.
all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Wait, this looks like Rene, the old guy who was playing a tank. Oh, Paton.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
These royalist soldiers.
Which ones?
No.
Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
Look at the figurines in rags.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
It's meant to give people hope, even we can.
Maybe.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is.
Right, let's up my interfacing by putting on my rubber gloves. And give
You
this
see
a go.
rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Why? What's this?
Yeah.
A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
What's this?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
He points at the decapitated figurine.
50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
I mean, that's a bargain. Let's buy it.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
He grins.
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from him.
He's riding a bull. Okay. We still need to make some money. I need to get my bag out again. Oh no, I can switch, if I switch... Oh, it's a jacket. No, tank top instead of the shirt. Right, okay, fine. What else is there in here?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Let your gaze run over the
The
street
light
light.
pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Is that a street light?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
Where did you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
Leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't
You
hear him.
have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
How much for the street light?
700 real. A bargain, I dare
Ouch.
say.
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet-talk you into buying trash.
Even taking into account the risk of obtaining the light, that seems a bit steep.
There's also the matter of rewiring. But the
That's
most
street
important
light.
transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
There's nothing else I need to know about the light. Right.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Then on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Gold and orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Shopkeep, this Stereo 8 approved machine
It's the
here.
Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
What I really want to know is, could this device come handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Like a beach party. With sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
Theoretically, could I bring it to a beach party?
Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now. It's generally murder investigation first, then beach party.
Ah, Kim's warming up to us. Okay, Kim, I'll just rock out the pawn shop owner then. It doesn't have to be a beach. With a boombox like this, I'll bring the party into the
You
streets.
can play it any way you like. And I guess since you're a police officer, no one can arrest you for it.
You sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
Right, I need some money to buy that boombox. Let's talk to him, shall we?
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Sorry, I don't want to be the sorry cop. But I'll be the sorry cop when I do
Oh
it.
no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately. RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Honestly, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others.
It keeps me entertained.
Ah.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Is Roy high? And if yes, then what is he on? What do I need? A 12 and I got a 5. Oh, let's go for it.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon? What's that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects. And It makes your eyes turn yellow.
Just me, or is it really warm in here?
I tried to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
Say, what's with the triangles on your vest?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster. Had to take Perolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
It was.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
People's Power, what's
A
that?
bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you're a part of.
We were an all-volunteer force. Self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
Tough son of a gun, this one. Respect.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
Looks at the spiraling light and stops. Must have been tough radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
Sighs and shakes his head.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but
Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Care to share your pyridium with me?
Have you tried it before?
It's almost like he's worried for you. The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved. Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care.
I ride the Pyro every day. I haven't, but don't worry, I can take
If
it.
you say so.
Oh.
Here you go, man.
Presents a large cap-shaped object on the palm of his hand, very odd looking.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Perolidon. Straight into your gut. Not so sure about this.
Why wouldn't I be
Because
sure?
it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop. Not a post-apocalyptic scavenger.
Should we take it? Let's take it. Thanks, man.
Of course.
Something I'd like to sell?
Let me have a look.
Check my pocket.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Nah.
Another time.
Nothing at the moment.
perhaps.
You might be able to
I
aid our
doubt it,
investigation.
but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
No one likes to see what you have to see every day.
Think you can help me get a corpse out of a tree?
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
I don't think they're going to, but okay.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colours.
By the way, do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by officers of the Citizens Militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question.
Oh no!
Promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Oh no!
What? Sold? The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Wait, I sold you my gun.
You...
With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
Uh-oh.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of the service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Uh-oh.
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
You weren't quiet yourself, officer.
What was I like?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and
Oh no.
that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
Okay.
You sucked on a gun? Good. Very normal.
How much did I sell the gun for? What happens to the best of us? I really should have killed myself. Maybe I still will one of these days. I'm so sorry you had to see me in that state. We don't have to talk about it any further. I'm going to say this one. How much?
15 real.
15
The
real.
lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad
Oh my
dream.
god.
It's not, though. This has got to be the most.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
There's pity there, too. In case you didn't notice.
How much the best was, I
It
guess?
certainly does. Especially in Revachol.
There's a buyer policeman too.
She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to herself as a pig. Which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive. But I was just happy to get rid of it. And of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Sold a terrifying lady a gun.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening
There's
inside.
only one explanation. She must be one of my Rabbit fans. Maybe she's a vigilante, wants to prove she can do her job. I don't like it either, or if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia. Do this one.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Any idea where I can find this
My
buyer?
apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now.
Only just...
You just have to hope you
Only
luck
just passed
her
that.
somehow.
At least I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something.
Of course.
Do you have any recordings of the cold Mama Daka?
The Coldima Madakwa. Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter.
Well, I wouldn't have guessed that you know what the cold Mama Daka is.
That's fair. It's been a long time since my Coldima Madakwa hunting days. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead. This was before, you know, lost touch with them after all of that.
That sounds so cool.
Cool or not, One of them was obsessed with recording the Coldi Mamadakwa. And he was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search.
Did you ever find it?
We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Coldi Mamadakwa.
That's not very
That
scientific.
really wasn't the point. After the Symphonia, we moved on to the sounds of office supplies or something like that. And I doubt any of us would have been any good at pushing papers.
Can I listen to it?
Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for.
Do we really have time for this?
Spin that bird song.
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
Switches on the tape player. The speakers begin to emit a low hum. This is weird that we're just off on this. You could just miss this, I guess, if you just don't care about it.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult. That's an illusion. Your breathing is just as it was and will remain that way unless you start panicking. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as though someone is standing just outside your range of vision and watching you, doing this to you. He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums.
What's that?
Gulls and skewers. But
Raises a pointed finger and inclines his head towards the speakers. A new, very high-pitched, shivering sound emerges amongst the others.
A low
Amidst
range
the
of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues, then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
you know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Coldi Mamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds.
Okay, we've got other business to take care of. Kim? Oh, autosave.
Yes?
Okay, never mind. Huh, I did that without knowing. You heard it, the mysterious Coldi Mamadakwa. You're certain you did. Well, maybe not quite certain. Sharpen your ears. I want to do that. Should I get... Oh, we've done some of this. Let's finish that first. Right, let's get out of here. So we're not going to be able to get across here then until tomorrow.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran Batter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open, and thus out of order.
What's Samaritan butter?
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it.
Alright, we'll try and get visual calculus up. See if I have anything to wear that will give us... Ooh. If we need extra psyche, we can use some pyridion. And... I thought I had something that would increase it. I guess not. Oh yeah, the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. It almost looks like
Right, we don't know how to do that yet. Right, let's give this a go, just to
a
see.
crumpled, the sign billboard has fallen on just some tasteless advertising at the bottom of a canal. No use rubbernecking now.
Didn't think we'd do that. +1 to electrochemistry. What's the... Oh, this is my interfacing. Let's have more... oh, look at that. Looks terrible. Cigarette stained fingertip. Right, so we can't... Oh, what's this? What's the Fed? That's good. Let's put that bag in my hands. Why isn't that? Where's my bag gone? Oh, what? There we go. We need to make some money here. What's this?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Ah, let's give it a go.
Pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Push it harder.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
Okay, let's release
The
the
spring
lever.
brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Yeah, there was. We've got to do... Okay. Gotta remember to do that tonight. Close the water lock on Wednesday. So we do have to do it on Wednesday. So there we go, right. Oh, this will open... What did it say? A new area in Martinez. Right, but we can't do that today. So...
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
Let's go. People everywhere. Are these guys playing petanque? Yes. Oh, didn't we have a thing with these guys?
I have really outdone myself.
Takes a
This
bite of his
is
sandwich.
divine.
Oh.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat arse of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
Honey, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Tell me, what do you know about the dead man?
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Come on, you must have heard
No,
something.
officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Respects?
The old carabiner can't believe what he's hearing. Sounds a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know Everett?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Are you a union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways.
Oh, yes.
You're not an actual member.
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card. But Evrard keeps
does
me
he?
on the payroll.
On the
Just for
payroll.
the little things.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns the way the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are the little things you do for Everett?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Thanks, that's all for now.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
Looks delicious. Can I have a bite of that?
I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
The only one you have.
Suddenly you realize how hungry you are. The last time you ate must have been God knows when.
I'm not that hungry. Please, man, can I just have a bite?
Believe me, officer, I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable. In my age, you need to pay attention to these things.
You can barely hear him. The sweet smell of pickles in harmony with garlic butter and marinated onions emanating from the sandwich is driving your mind in a singular direction.
Oh.
It must be yours.
Please, friend, let's just shit.
Fuck off! It's mine!
Jerks away, immediately startled by his own reaction.
Sorry, officer. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in a bad way. But the sandwich is mine. I'm not gonna share it.
When the dissidents come to rape our country, he hides. But try to get a bite of his dear sandwich and he gets
through the ball
claws.
into the sea.
You're a special kind of vermin, Gaston.
Okay, bye for now. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Again, there's just so much to take in. Might gone for another hour, in-game hour, maybe. Hour and a half, 2 hours? Don't know, can't remember. And that's taken 45 minutes, so... It'll be 2026 when I finish this. Anyway, let's save it. And hopefully I'll return to it soon. Till next time, bye! Fade out. Don't have a fade. I'm not going to fade out. This is great.